What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We got a little live before lock coming at you. We got a weird one today, man, because typically on NBA slates here on Mondays and Fridays, we get some pretty heavy-duty lifting to do, which is usually like chaotic for the show, but it's good for us because we want as much information as possible before we set our lineups, right? We only have 3 games tonight. We also have some like cup-related stuff, so it's a little bit tough to sift through here. So we weirdly it's going to make this show a little bit more difficult than normal. I'll do my best to go over this stuff. We might not need to go the full 90 minutes. We do have a couple of like pretty big question marks for tonight specifically. We can look through the rest of the schedule, all of the Cub stuff, all of those things, and try to get a grasp of what the slate looks like. I'm sure Hunter's got questions. I'm sure. Also, can we pour one out for Playback here? Playback shutting down. For those of you guys that have checked out some hoops with us over on Playback, it's tough. It's tough, man. All done over there. So pour one out for the Playback bros. All right, we should do one more thing here before we get going. So at the end of this week, I think what we're going to end up doing, instead of doing a live before lock on Friday, we're going to do it on Thursday night. Yeah, people just learned about Playback right now. Yeah, wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait, what? Shout out Taskmaster for anybody that watches. Yeah, they're shutting down. They weren't able to generate enough revenue, I guess, to tell the investors to give them more revenue. Almost, I'll let you guys do that on your own. But yeah, anyway, so we're not going to do live before lock on Friday because I'm going to the Cup. So I'll be flying out to Vegas on Friday. I might have something for you Friday evening, but we'll do a live before lock-ish, way before lock on Thursday. Yeah, so we'll do something Thursday. We'll do something Thursday evening. So there we go. That's your schedule for the rest of the week. If you haven't been tuning in to the NBA Bit, we do that Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. over on our NBA Bit channel. All that stuff. And yeah, this is not the giveaway, but we did. I was trying to clean up. a little bit, and I went lower than I normally do. I went a little bit closer to the skin than I normally do. This is a good realization that the jawline is gone as I've been getting older. Not a lot of jawline. It's been smoothed out a little bit, but hey, you work with what you got, you know? But we will do a giveaway today. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and then put hashtag Porter into the chat. And just real quick here, I know there's just 2 people right now waiting for ticket confirmation. If you've won stuff from earlier this season, if you've won NBA tickets earlier this season, because normally what they do, right, you pick a game in, say, like February. They don't actually request them until the end of January or early February, right? Because there's no reason for them to do that far in advance. So if you had requested tickets and there becomes a little bit of a snafu because, some of the changes at Sorare, your boy, don't worry, we'll make it up to you. If we can't do tickets, I'll I'll find the equivalent in So Rare cards or something. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. But yeah, Porter for tonight. We'll give away some limited tier cards here towards the end of the show. And then I don't know, man. Like let's just vibe a little bit tonight. Let's vibe a little bit on a Monday. We are getting ready for Vegas. I saw, we're gonna get carded in Vegas, maybe. Although I'll be with Pappy. I'll be with Pappy and my bro. I was actually looking at the weather. I can't do Celsius for you European freaks. I can't figure it out, but it's gonna be warm. It is 20 degrees Fahrenheit in New York City right now, and it is cold. I don't like it. It's cold enough that my furry ass labradoodle is like, I don't want to go outside. So I'm looking forward to some good weather. I think, right? So we have 4 different cup games this week, right? We have OKC taking on Phoenix. We have New York against Toronto. Is it Orlando and Atlanta? I can't remember. Is it Orlando and Atlanta? Is that the other one? And then Lakers and the Spurs. And we do have some Spurs updates, which are kind of fun. So you can tell I'm vamping a little bit here up top. It's because we only have 3 games. We only have 3 games tonight, so it's not going to take us too long to get through this game week. I'm also coming off a brutal game week. We did not do great. We did not do great this past weekend. A lot of failed shot. LaMelo, man. Oh, LaMelo. Okay, Keegan Murray going through pregame warmups as usual time. That's actually like a pretty fun update there. That would like change things a little bit tonight if old Kegels is ready to go. That's kind of fun. That is kind of fun. We're gonna move Keegan's up and the other sport thing that we do. We'll move some Keegan's up. That's a good time. Man, Keegan being ready to go. I actually did not think Keegan was going to go with the elbow thing. I mean, maybe we shouldn't overthink it too much because it's an elbow. Anyway, sorry. We're doing too much. We're doing too much work here. Let's get into this little 3-game slate. We can start bopping around here, and then we can look at the rest of the schedule as well. Yeah, you need the answers to, dude, you and me both, bro. I'll tell you the one thing I did. Yeah, Reynaud, Maxime Reynaud. Maxime Renault overs for sure. I think my biggest stand tonight, no matter the platform, is Stephon Castle. I think Castle's going to play like 30 minutes, man. Or like 28. I think he's going to play 28 minutes, and I think that's enough. And that would be enough. Is that Wicked? Is that Wicked? Oh, no. What? That's a musical, though, right? Wow, man, my brain just died. Is that Wicked? I think it might be. Who cares? Sorry, I watched Wicked recently, last weekend. The first part, not the second part, just the first part. All right, look, Hamilton. It is Hamilton. Look at Chicken Frog. Founds the Chicken Frog. You have boots on the ground. Are you telling me? Is Dylan Brooks playing tonight? Could anybody explain me if there's a possibility that some teams have 2 games this game week? No one's going to get surprise games this game week, but it's next game week where they could have 2, right? Yeah, so Castle you probably can't do for So Rare. Can't do Castle for So Rare. All right, so here we go. We got 3 games tonight anyways, and then we'll bounce around for like the rest of the schedule for this week, right? Yeah, I think so. He's a dog, and they need a warm body. Yeah, so my only concern with Brooks, I should do this in order. My only concern is that he, they're getting ready for the Cup, baby. They got the Cup. All right, so Kings and Pacers. Keegan Murray, that's the big question mark of this game. The Pacers, are favored by 3.5. Spurs are relatively healthy outside of the normal bodies that they don't have, right? They've Ethan Thompson or Ethan something, some made up ChatGPT name all of a sudden is playing. Jarris Walker, we barely knew you. He's done. The Kings, though, it's Maxime Renaud, has finally taken the starting minutes away from Drew Eubanks. The Eubanks is closed. That's good to see. Good to see that. I don't know. Is there anything to take away from this? I don't know. I don't think there's anything else we need to know about that game. We'll like do a full breakdown when we look at projections, but that's the injury related stuff. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder's also questionable. We're waiting for that as well. I don't know. I don't know. Dennis has missed 5 games in a row, right? 5 games in a row. Suns and Timberwolves. So Anthony Edwards got a late Q tag. So did Terrence Shannon. Dylan Brooks also a Q tag. Anthony Edwards, I believe, is an illness, right? So that's not a great sign, Bob. I don't love that. The good news about this one, though, is I'm sorry, not the good news. I mean, the good news is like the line hasn't moved too much, right? So when I was previewing this slate tonight, it started at 8.5. And it's still at 8.5, even though Anthony Edwards is questionable. Now, maybe they could say Ant-Man's questionable, but so is Dylan Brooks, so they both don't play. I don't really know. I do know it's not great when it happens late like this. But the good news is, right, both of these games start at 7:30, so that's when I know, I'm sorry, that one's at 7:30. One game starts at 7. But the good news is we should, I think, have this information before the game starts. But like if Dylan's not going to play, I mean, that opens up a lot of minutes. I mean, Colin Gillespie has already been cooking, right? Yeah, Randall would all of a sudden jump through the moon. I think Jaden McDaniels, if Ant-Man didn't play, gets like a really big boost. That's one of the things I try to remember is that anytime Ant doesn't play, Jaden kind of cooks. And I think that's a pretty fun spot, especially because he's still, like, if you're on the underdog streets, he's still going in like the 6th round, right? So really like Jaden McDaniels, somebody like Dante DiVincenzo would pop quite a bit as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard. It's really hard to make too much or any sense of this because of how many injury-related stuff. And then you get to the Spurs and the Pelicans, and the reason I want to bring this game up, so both Phoenix and San Antonio play again on Wednesday in the cup-related stuff, right? So the Spurs are going to be playing the Lakers. Now, Wemby was at practice this weekend. He was at shoot-around today. I would say there's like a 60-40 chance. That's what I'd put the line at, 60-40. That Wemby plays on Wednesday. Castle, who's missed a lot of time, and as was pointed out in the chat, has a cap of 38, so it's not really exciting for Sorare. Castle returns tonight, and I think what the decision you have to make with Castle is, do you think he gets the Dylan Harper treatment, or do you think he gets the De'Aaron Fox treatment? Fox missed a ton of time, but conditioning was up, and then when he came out to play, he immediately was playing 30 minutes out the gate, right? They also, the coach Mitch also told us that, though, and so I wonder if we get an update here before lock about Castle. Like, is Castle full go? My guess, I've like pegged it at like 26 to 28 minutes tonight for Castle. So I kind of like it. Dylan Harper, though, on the other side of things, came out like he's played 15 minutes, 17 minutes, 18, 20, 22. Like, those are the minutes that Dylan Harper's played. The difference is, I mean, they were pretty open about this, that they were saying Harper's conditioning wasn't up to snuff when he came back from injury. So I don't know. And then on the Pelicans side of stuff, Herb Jones, Herb Jones might be back. We still don't know yet. I think if Herb Jones is back, that is a downgrade to De'Aaron Fox, because I'm sure Herb Jones gets the assignment. Fabian saying, do we expect him, I'm assuming this is Castle, to play 30 plus on Wednesday if he plays? I don't know. Oh, Wemby. Are you talking about Wemby? Sorry, that took me a second. That's a good question. No, I would say like it's probably 26 to 28. That's what I mean, I would hope for 30, but I think 26 to 28 is probably most likely. All right, so let's go to the Tuesday schedule. So Tuesday, it's only cup games. I did not realize this. Whoa, light schedule. So tomorrow, we've got Miami and Orlando, New York and Toronto. I thought we had other games. I didn't realize that. Okay. Wednesday, we have Phoenix and OKC, San Antonio and LA. And then Thursday, we have 4 games. We have the Clippers and the Rockets. We have the Celtics and the Cucks. We have Portland and New Orleans. And then we have Denver and Sacramento. And then Friday, you get like the monster slate. Saturday will be the semifinals. Sunday, a big slate. And then Tuesday, the finals. So, man, we probably could have started this show in like 45 minutes, right? Because that's it. That's not a ton of information. There's not a ton of information. It makes projections a little bit tricky. Obviously, the teams with multiple games get a little bit of a boost. Somebody was asking that, right? So, like, who plays 2 games this game week? So we see the Kings are playing on Monday and on Thursday. We see the Suns will play on tonight and on Wednesday. We'll see the Spurs play tonight and on Wednesday. The Pelicans play tonight and on Thursday. All the teams that play tomorrow, Miami, New York, Orlando, and Toronto, they're only playing one game. OKC, the Lakers are only playing one game. And then the Celtics, the Trailblazers, and the Nuggets are only playing one game. So this shit's going to be hard this week. It's going to be hard this week. Does Castle's return impact these hands? Honestly, is it too early? Like, we're only 15 minutes in, but so like some are saying, hey, are we relying too heavily on these hands? But some other people might be saying, like, that's actually what sets the tone. Set the tone. Maybe that's what we need to be doing. Should we be setting the tone right now, you know? So let's do it. Let's just get Harrison Barnes up here, and let's put these hands. Let's put these hands together. Let's get hands in the chat. Luckily, Harrison Barnes doesn't tweet a lot because I don't bookmark this shit. I just kind of pop over. So let's just do it, man. Let's share this screen. I would like to take a sip. Anyways, yeah. Don't the losers of the cup game play each other? Oh, wait. When does that game get added, though? Is that right? Is that what's happening on... Oh, man, great. Hold on. So before we do it, Sully, great question. So let me look at that schedule again. So are you saying if Miami loses to Orlando and New York loses to Toronto, do Miami and New York play each other on Thursday? Does that get added to Thursday, or is that on a different day? Because that is right. I know what you're saying is right, but I don't know which day that is. But we gotta put these hands. We gotta put these hands up in there. Let's get these hands up in there. Hold on. Let's get it. Let's get it cooking. Let's get it cooking.
Same hands that work the pain.
Woo!
Same hands I fold in prayer. 12 years and I'm still learning what it means to really care. They see me on the court at night.
It's daytime in this video.
That ain't all I am. From Ames to San Antonio, trying to serve a bigger plan. These hands that give,
Woo!
These hands that live, more than buckets, more than wins. These hands that give,
whose hands?
These hands that reach to every child that needs to live.
Wow.
That's the real gift.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, that was good. We needed that. I think we needed that. We did get a couple of updates here. Let me pop over. So I mentioned Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray is going through pregame warmups. It looks like Ant-Man is stayed question. So Terrence Shannon available to play. Ant-Man is still questionable. Like, so my spidey senses are saying, hey, man, if Ant-Man was going to go, wouldn't we know already? Like, you know that Terrence Shannon's going to go, but you don't know about Ant-Man yet? Oh, man. Jaden McDaniels to the moon. Jaden McDaniels to the moon, I think. All right, let's pop over to some projections here. Let's do the projection stuff. I'll be honest, I don't have a good feel on this slate. I don't, which maybe that's a good sign because I've been ass when I feel like I do have a good feel. So let's pop it over to the old top tier projections. Let's do let's sort this cap. Let's sort it by less than or equal to 20. And we'll just leave it by projection. So I mentioned him, Maxime Renaud. I think he's the Stanford big man. He's got a cap of 16, projects for 28. That's pretty fun. Took the starting spot from the Eubanks' close. Ryan Dunn here, Phoenix Suns, 2 games. Dunn would obviously get a little bit of a boost if there was no Dylan Brooks. Kason Wallace, Derulo. I don't know why I was calling. Oh, Jason Derulo. He's got a cap of 20, the projection of 21. Let's actually look by straight value. Is there anybody else? Okay, so this is Ethan Thompson. I'm assuming he doesn't have a so rare card, right? But that's the new pacer of the week who's popping. So is Johnny Furphy, but man, Furfinator has been furfing it up. Jericho Sims is down there. Nigel Hayes Davis. Then you got Yves Missy, who's back in action, but was limited to 17 minutes in his return. Pellies do have 2 games though. Aaron Holiday's down here. This is a gross-ass week, man. This is a good week to have just balanced builds here. Jokic, the clear MVP. Wemby is projecting for the first time in a long time here. With 1 game, he projects for 47. That's kind of fun. You see Jokic with 1 game, Luka with 1 game. So most of the MVPs, Ant-Man with 1 game. Shea has 1. Then there's Denny, JB, De'Aaron Fox with 2 games. If we just sort straight by value, I mentioned these three guys. Keegan Murray, again, would be like a super duper play if he's good, if he's cleared to go tonight. Kevin Porter Jr. has been awesome. You got Benny Math down here with the game. Again, this is like a nasty ass week. We should have canceled the show. Keegan's available? Wow. Hold on. Is that confirmed here? Let's see. Keegan available, man. Can I just Dennis Schroeder out, Keegan available. Wow. Okay, that's fun. That is fun. That kind of changes things a little bit too. Sorry guys, we're gonna do some stuff in real time here. We're gonna move Keegan. We can probably keep him right there, but we're gonna move up Jaden McDaniels a little bit, and we're gonna sneak in Dante DiVincenzo as we're doing some autos here. But that makes me like all of these fellas a little bit more as I'm trying to finish up some of my underdog stuff. But I got some sweet ass 6th round Keegan Murray earlier today. Oh my God, I forgot. I'm going to get a bunch of, sorry, hold on. I accidentally didn't auto all of these. So now I'm getting notifications. So we got to, one by one, we got to auto these 10. Bear with me as we go into autopilot. But yeah, I think if we kind of think Ant-Man sits, those Jaden McDaniels, Dante, Naz Reid, Rudy, Julius Randle, regular season Randle, all of those guys obviously would get a little bit of a boost. I don't think I'd be getting to the Shannons of the world, although I don't know. You can talk yourself into it. Sorry, let me get back to you guys here. What do we got in the chat? No value this week. I know. Who the fuck is Ethan Thompson? Yeah. Shannon in also. Yeah, that doesn't do it for me though. All right, let's go over to Sorare. Let's see if I can build some shit. Let's build some shit. Build my lineup. Start a streak. I don't know why I'm turning this into a musical. You guys are going to have to let me know when we find the Ant-Man news. Also, I feel like my chair's lower. Either that or maybe this is what the back injury is, that I'm just shrinking. Okay, it's definitely as high as it goes. Pause. All right, hold on. Let's go over to Sorare. Do you think SGA will play? Yeah, I do. It's the cup, man. It's the cup. SGA was just resting. That was just a cup-related rest, I promise. He'd been playing all the minutes in the world while J-Dub and Chet, iHeart, all those guys miss games. SGA will be fine. Almost a car accident outside. That's exciting. All right, so we're going to get this party started here with a Jokic, and then I think with a Porter Jr. I also think if Keegan Murray's good to go, we know they have 2 games, right? He's going to be a great play, I think, for me. There we go. So that gives us a cap of 28 the rest of the way, right? The rest of the way, that's what we're doing. Do you think it's Furfinator time? Like, do we furf it up? Towns is going to play. Why so high on Keegan? Because it's one of the few players that has 2 games this game week. They're in a close spread of a game today, a 3.5-point spread with a high total against the Pacers. He's going to be playing a ton of minutes. So that's why. What about Towns? I think Towns is going to play. He practiced today. Weisberg just talking to himself in the chat. But it closes on Friday, right? It closes this Friday. We'll have to do a goodbye stream, although I'm going to be in Vegas, but maybe I can tune in from Vegas. That Anthony Edwards stuff is tricky, man. We need that information because I would like to play Ant-Man. I would like to play Ant-Man if I could. Let's see what the Furf does, though. Let's see what the Furfinator does. Does it open up a Kappa 2, though? Kappa 2, then I could play Wembanyama. That's pretty fun, though. Wemby, Jokic, Porter, Keegan. All right, let's not do that, though. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got for some value stuff. Maybe we could find another spot here if we're doing this limited champion lineup. It really does like Furf. I mean, I could go Jericho Sims. Could go Sims here. Let's see what Sims does. I hate Sims, though. I think that's a bad play, just for the record. But that would leave me with what, like 46? Denny, Ant. That's kind of fun. Cat in the cup against Jakob Pertl's broken back. What about that? Also, Giannis is only 44. Oh, no, Giannis is out. I forgot Giannis is out. Giannis's cap, though, is going to be spicy low when he comes back. Furf and Wemby. Yeah, but we just don't know if Wemby's going to play. Are you, excuse me, who? You talking about Jonathan Isaac? Not in this house. Not in this house, sir. We're not playing Jonathan Isaac. I kind of like this lineup. Isn't the worst, man. We got Cat, Porter, Keegan, Sims. Let's see if we can find a more balanced version of this, and then you tell me what you like. So if we go in the 28 range, right? Oh, I got a Mark Williams winter card. I could use the winter card. If I wanted to. But maybe it makes more sense to do something like this, because if we don't think Ant is playing tonight, right? We could go Rudy. Rudy! Do I have a Jaden McDaniels? No. Okay, so we'd have Rudy, but maybe we do Dante instead, because Dante is probably the guy that gets the biggest boost here. That's with 28. Again, this is only if Ant doesn't play. Only if Ant doesn't play. That would get Miles Turner pass. Puff, pass. Jordan Goodwin is somebody we should talk about if Dylan Brooks misses. You know? That's somebody that's kind of fun. Luke Cornett, if he's cleared to go. I know he was at shoot-around today. God, this sucks, huh? Maybe we do just go Wemby and Furphy. Do we just go Wemby and Furphy and live a little? Keon Ellis will make a surprise. I would have liked Keon Ellis if Keegan didn't play, but if we look at Keon Ellis's last few games, Keon Ellis's last 5 games, he played 22 minutes 5 games ago. Then he played 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 19 minutes, 9 minutes. No, thank you. All 5 of those games without Dennis Schroeder, too. So I don't think we can get there. You're going all in this week playing Turner? No, thanks. Zach LaVine. Yeah, LaVine is interesting. He had a crazy weekend, right, where he scored a bunch of points. But I don't know. Can he do that back-to-back times? I mean, this is a good spot against Indy, but I just don't like LaVine. Murillo, yeah, shut up, Magic Murillo. I think Fears is a good call. You want to know a spicy-ass call that I'm about to give you right now? And I got to this person a little bit on the underdog streets. Alvarado, why don't you come to your senses? I don't have him, but Jose Alvarado. I kind of like Alvarado, man. I think the coaches like Alvarado. Reddy, he's played 30 minutes, 28 minutes, 25 minutes, 22 minutes, and 30 minutes in his last 5 games. This is a good spot against San Antonio. I feel like you might get some Jose. Yeah, I'm not buying anything, though. Right? I have like $7. In my in my Sorare account. All right, I don't think I'm going to build anything yet. I don't feel good about it. Well, you know what? Let's just throw Wemby and Furf. Let's throw Wemby and Furf in there. That's just more fun, right? Like let's put our wieners on the table and let's just get a Furf and a Wemb. That's a little bit more fun. You know, look at that. All in season, all vibes. Boom. And then let's build a contender, and then I'll get to some of your questions. Let's build a contender here. All right, so let's play this one as Ant is out. Let's go Rudy. Oh, underdog canceling my contest like the commune. No. All right, Dante. Let's throw Dante in there. A little spicy ragu. So that leaves us with 20 the rest of the way. Sims can make it in here, right? This is one of those, by the way, like, this isn't good for streaks. Like, if there was ever a time to pause, like, if you have a streak going and you want to pause one, this is the game week to do it. My dog is dreaming. Can you guys hear that? Oh, he stopped. Hold on. You guys hear that? Let's go full screen. You hear that? Come on. He stopped. Man. We get 2 yips, though. We don't know if Wemby's back. Wemby's questionable. But anyways, back to what I was doing before I distracted myself. Yeah, man. Like if you were gonna pause it, I think this is the week to do it. There's just not a ton of games. I feel like, too, these cup games are going to be more defensive. Like, think about the playoffs, right, where maybe the minutes are more condensed, but a little bit lower scoring, maybe a little bit more defense. The game slows down a little bit in the second half. I don't know. Would love some Poole. Yeah, Poole's not playing. Brother! Jordan Poole's not playing yet. Herb Jones, though, who? He might be back tonight. Let's go do the contender again. But what I was gonna say is, like, you know, those awful value plays, somebody like a Jericho Sims. I do think these are the types of game weeks where you can do it. Now, the second I stop showing it, he's going nuts now. Let's try this again. He's gonna stop immediately. Come on, bro. I think he woke himself up. Wait, he's still moving? We gotta zoom in. All right, whatever. We're having fun. This is how much time we have. Tonight. But this type of game week where it's gonna be as low scoring as it is, this is where you can get away with playing somebody like Jericho Sims, you know? Because, like, if he only, like, 20 points is probably enough from a cap of 11. Like, you don't need a lot. This game week. That's for damn sure. All right, let's pull this screen back up. All right, so I started with Rudy Sims and Dante, little spice ragu. That gives us 25.50, I guess, for our last two spots. You could go A-Bay. Luke Cornett, if he goes, is pretty fun. But yeah, man, it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross down here, dude. You go, man, Time Lord is kind of interesting. Josh Minot, you could go to. Maybe Bruce Brown. Maybe we do a little Brucey. Bruce. Let's do a little Bruce Brown. See what that gets us. At least a cap of 16, right? Leaves us with 34 for that last spot. You could do that Sadiq Bey that I was talking about. Maybe hustle Russell Westbrook. One of these two. Let's put Russ in there for now. That's what we're going to do. But yeah, this is a gross game week, man. You're right. Doggo before lock. You love to see it. All right, guys. I think I can get into some of your questions. Again, I will probably go for a little over an hour tonight, but not too much more. Once we get the Ant news, right? Ant and Dylan Brooks. That's it. That's all we're waiting for. And because it's 3 games and they're relatively early, because they're early games, like we should get that news soon. All right. Hit me with your best shot. Let me know what do you guys have for me. And we'll get to some of your questions. Obviously, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Porter into the chat for the giveaway. We got Jalen Suggs not on the injury report for tomorrow, so Suggs is good to go. Sug it up. Deuce McBride has already been ruled out for tomorrow. Clarkson, Jordan Clarkson, maybe. Catman Carl Anthony Towns is queued up, but I think he's going to go. Breaking news, Mike's projecting him in. What does Alvarado project? Yeah, good. I don't think he's going to project great, if I'm being honest. This is more of a IKB take where I just think we're going to get some Jose. He projects for 23, so right around his cap. But the Mike's a carrying stamp of approval. I think he's going to get to 26. Stop ignoring me now and check that. When did you ask the fucking question, Alan? Alan, I'm scrolling up. I don't see your questions. You just said, what about Cornette? Alan, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to search 12. Oh, so thoughts on Luke Cornette. Okay. All right. We don't know if he's playing, Alan. We don't know if he's playing. If he's playing, I think he's a great play. But we don't know if he's playing yet. He was at shoot-around. That's a good sign. Jericho Sims, Ethan Thompson, Josh Okogie, Gabe Vincent, Tyce Jones, Garrison Matthews, Johnny Furphy, Colin Murray Boyles. Those are your best plays. Alan, Liji, Miyaya. All right, what else do we have? Bam and Keegan or Siakam and KPJ? It's the second one. You want to know why? Because I only have a drop for one of them.
We're the Porters. We share the crowd of up and down performers. Throwing things in buzzer beater corners. And one of us is playing for the Warriors. We're juniors and we're the Porters.
Yeah, listen, come at the king. You best not miss. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you. Jay Huff is on a heater. I like Huff. I would take DeRozan over Monk for quick play. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. This is what happens. If you do super chats, I have to do what you say. So Let's. Are you talking about the post in the Discord there, Power Duster? You're not the Boston-based post, right? Dramatic reading of Weiss late-stage capitalism post. You're talking about the Weisberg one. Yeah, sure, I can do it. This is a reading from first Weisbergian Discord 316. I'll actually I'll share it so you can see. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm assuming this is what you're talking about. Yeah. There we go. So this is so I'm pretty sad today. I've known for a few days, but was asked by the team to keep this off the record until they announced it publicly. I'm more sad for the team that I've gotten to know really, really well behind the scenes. They built an incredible product, but I got to know a lot of these men and women behind the scenes who worked their ass off to keep the company alive. If we could have a moment of silence, thank you. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, Jay, we did those. What do you think? Jonas says, what do you think of SGA, Jamal Murray, Hayes, Davis, Bam, and AD if they fit? Yeah. So, I mean, Hayes Davis is tough. That one's a tough one to figure out. What the projections here, I know, was okay for his cap, right? He projected for just about 8. Again, I think if we see something like Dylan Brooks is out, I think you can get to Hayes Davis. I think you can get to Hayes Davis. I think you can. It's not my favorite. That's not my favorite, but I like the upside that you're pouring into that with guys like SGA, Jamal. Yeah, I think you can do that. I think so. I think you can get to Tyus Jones. I think you can get to Tyus Jones here. He's got a cap of 11, the projection 13. I think I actually liked it more if Suggs wasn't going to play, but if you need to do it, I think you can. All right, here we go. We got Hunter saying, is KPJ, Kata, Monk, Queen, and Mark W. a valid Arena 140? Yeah, I think so. Hunter. I think so. What else do we got? Yeah, RIP. We still got it. We still got a week. A lot of love for Tyus Jones. I like that the chat's rallying behind it. I don't know if I love it, but I don't know. No one does it better. If you work with us, there's a chance it shuts down. All right, so we're still waiting for Anthony Davis. Let's do a little Nostra Zacarimus. Let's try to look at the line. Let's see if there's been any movement here. I can tell this is slow for you guys too. There's not a lot of questions too. What about Randall at 36 if Ant is out? Yeah, man, really, if Anthony Edwards is out, Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, all of those guys get a really big jump. All right, let's do the NBA scores for tonight. Still 8.5. Man, I wish this came down to 7.5. But again, it's hard to tell because Dylan Brooks is their best offensive guy. Also, Dylan Brooks is averaging over 22 points a game. Isn't that great? If Cornette is in, Cornette or Harrison Barnes, I think Cornette. Yeah, Paolo has been restricted. That's a good question. So Paolo has played around the 24, 25-minute mark. You could assume in his third game back, and it's a cup game, that it's closer to 30 minutes. So if that's something you want to get ahead of, I think you can do that. I do think we see Orlando take this game seriously for the cup. And I think there's a world in which he plays 30 plus in this one. And maybe people don't play him because everybody's freaked out about the minute restriction. So maybe you get there. Is this Derek White or Denny? I think it's going to be Denny. For me. I feel like I got to talk like an asshole now that I have a mustache. I feel like it's going to be Denny for me. Denny here projects for 45. White projects for 37. So it's Denny. It's Denny for me. It's Denny for you. Let's see. For me, it says 80 doesn't have a game this game week. Oh, well. Yeah, the Mavericks are one of the teams that don't have a game. Yeah, don't play Anthony Davis. They don't have a game this week. There you go. They don't have a game. Scotty Barnes and Jalen Brunson. Eileen Barnes here. I'm curious what projections do. Scotty, they have him for 40. Brunson, they have for wow, they have the same exact projection. Jalen Brunson projects 0.7 better. I'm going Scotty. I'm going Scotty. What Scotty doesn't know. Jamal Murray or James Harden. Murray's been on a heater, huh? Murray projects for 37 in the one game. Harden projects for 42 in the one game. Harden's safer. Harden is safer and a higher ceiling. Woo! All right, let's go, Moon. He said with a cap of an L34, who has the highest upside, not named Keegan or Porter? All right, good question. So let's highest upside, L34, not Keegan or Porter. So Tyler Hero, let's do the Hero drop. Hero, by the way, missed the last game, but is probable for this next game. Let's do a drop. Yeah, so Tyler Hero has the highest upside. I know Sadiq Bey projects really well with the 2 games. He's fine too. If you want to go straight upside, right? If we find out that Dylan Brooks is missing tonight, I think Grayson Allen and Colin Gillespie have higher upsides than those guys. I would really rank them high. Shaedon Sharpe is pretty fun too off the bench. I'm fine with that. Russell Westbrook, really good upside. All of these guys, honestly, great upside. Westbrook, Queen, Mathurin, B.I., Fears, Brooks, all of those really good shouts. Really good shouts there. Good question. That's a good range, though. That's a good range. What's your discount code? It's Team Hold 10. You get 10% off. Team Hold 10. I think I still have the banner. Let's see. Yeah, you do that banner right. You put that into the code. There it is for you. There it is. All right, hold on. What do we got for? Wow, I'm so far behind. Rank the Wolves guys if Ant is out. I mean, just by straight upside or by cap. So if we look at the team here, search by team, Minnesota. Oh shit, hold on. Let's try that again. I forgot I had the other thing on there. Let's see. So right, like Randall, I would say Randall's projection goes from 36 to 42 for me. Dante goes from 32.5 to 36. Rudy's probably only up a point or two. McDaniels, though, I think goes from projection 30 to 38. I think McDaniels gets a big jump. Naz Reid, probably right around his cap. Conley, I'm not really interested in. Clark is kind of interesting. Shannon Jr. is kind of interesting, but I'd be more interested in those other pieces that we were just talking about. Good question. Jalen Suggs is playing. He's not on the injury report. Yeah, I just can't believe the Suns aren't worse than my Clippers. I know, man. Dude, your Clippers are bad. I actually legit feel bad. The Clippers are really bad. Thinking of risking a Paolo unless Hart is a better option. No, I think I would go Paolo, man. So, like, thinking about this a little bit more, Paolo projects for 41. Hart projects for 34. I really like leaning into this narrative here that Paolo was working his way back so he could play 30-plus minutes here in the Cup. Oh, yeah, it's the NBA Cup, baby. OG, Cat, questionable, McBride out. Yeah, you can go to OG played, I think, 28 minutes in the most recent game. I think OG is fine. I think Cat's going to play. I think Cat is going to play. What do you think about my shitty lineup, says Allen? Kawhi, Scotty, Brunson, Cornette, Tyus only need 240. I don't think that gets to 240. Yeah, I don't think that gets to 240. And that's not your fault. I just don't think we have a lot of options. Agbaji and Neek Clifford projections. Yeah, so the Neek Clifford stuff is not as exciting with Keegan back, but he projects for 11, so that's fine. That's fine. Agbaji, on the other hand, projects for 9. 11 and 9. So Clifford projects a little bit better. I would have really liked Clifford if he was out. If Keegan was out. Gary Neville used to rock the mustache and goatee combo. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Let's go. Porter, yep, there we go. You're in. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Pat Spencer is him. That's why I got the mustache. What else we got? I made the live stream. Let's go, baby. What you thinking happens to Kuminga's value if shipped? I mean, listen, Kuminga's value can only go up if he leaves, unless he gets full on Cam Whitmore, right? If Kuminga goes to Sacramento, that organization is just dumb enough to like really unleash him. So I think, yeah, if from a fantasy perspective, Kuminga going to like Sacramento, I think is really, really good. I think that's really good because he'd play. We need Sacramento to just like strip its parts, you know. But glad you're here, man. Shout out Spoonfed. All right, what do we got? Lorenzo saying Brunson and Sims or Cam Johnson and Matherin? For sure, Brunson and Sims. Because honestly, Jericho Sims might outscore Cam Johnson. It's crazy. Ben Shepard's missing 10 more games. Furphy get time to do something. He does, but they like this Thompson kid. Yeah, I know. They're bad, man. They're bad. Gabriel in the chat, let's go. Ant's playing. All right, there we go. Ant is playing. Ant is available. Interesting. All right, we're going to do my last run on Underdog here. Underdog. All right, we got to do our last run here on the dog app. And don't worry, somebody just asked about doing value one more time. You got it, baby. You got it. We will do it one more time. I got to just update something real quick. So Ant playing. Let me go on record here. I still don't think it's the end of the world for some of those Minnesota ancillary pieces. I don't think that's that bad. I think you could still do that. And you should still, I think you could still get, like, Jaden McDaniels, I think, is still like a fun play. You got to remember, just a lot of these teams are only playing one game. You get a couple of cracks at it with Minnesota. I think that's totally fine there. Sorry, guys, as I do this in real time. I think that's totally fine. But Ant playing, that really does change things from a fantasy perspective for tonight. I mean, Ant immediately becomes like the best play on the slate for those last ones. Like, you compare him to Siakam. I mean, there's still a world where it fails, and I guess like him and Siakam are still pretty close projection-wise. And honestly, Fox isn't too far away either. But Ant-Man being available is kind of intriguing. And I guess we should have just paid attention to the line a little bit more, right? The line was telling us, hey, it's still the same that it was this morning when we thought Ant-Man was playing. And so that should have been enough information for us that he was going to go. All right, so hold on. I'm just going to make a couple of adjustments here. And then we're going to be good to go. Sorry, hang tight with me for just uno momento, por favor, as they say. We're going to get maybe some Jose Alvarado in there. Alvarado. Maybe some Jay Huff. Why not? Huff, pass. Why not? I do want some Huff. We'll do that. We'll do that right there. All right, so we're going to fire 11 into the ether. We're going to make sure we auto it this time instead of not autoing it. All right, cool. Sorry, guys. That was me vamping in real time while I was adjusting the ranks, but at least I was talking about it. Mark Spears said on Twitter that Malik Monk still available. Yeah. Is there a good MVP for Common? All I see is, Jokic. Jokic is the only one. Who benefits the most from the Wagner injury? I would say Paolo. Obviously, Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black. I mean, Anthony Black's 30-plus minutes. We're going to see Tristan Da Silva be the one that jumps into the starting lineup. So him too. You have a ton of credits. Brown for $25 or Steph for 15. Give me JB for sure. Bam or KD? Let's look at it. Adebayo projects for 36.5. Durant projects for 39. So KD gets the slight nod there. Slight nod there. All right, hold on. What else do we have? So all the teams in the Cup still have 2 games this game week, even though it's only shown. No, they don't, because the second game is on Saturday. So if they win, the Eastern Conference plays tomorrow night. The winner of those games play each other on Saturday. The Western Conference plays each other Wednesday night. Winner of those games also on Saturday. So it's still only going to be one. Ant, Denny, or Jamal. So the Timberwolves have 2 games, right? It's going to be... Oh, no, they just have one. Sorry, I thought they played on Thursday. So Edwards for 46, Denny for 45, Murray for 41. 37. I think I'd take Ant or Denny. Suggs and Cornette, if he's in, or Turner and Rudy, I'd go Suggs and Cornette. I hate Miles Turner sucks, man. And besides Jokic, Luka, Wemby, Ant would be the one next, or Shea. Also, somebody asked me to just do straight value. Maxime Renaud, Johnny Furphy, Levine's poppin', Porter Jr., Benny Math, Jericho Sims, Tyler Hero, Malik Monk, Royce O'Neal. You got Nigel Hayes-Davis down here. Luke Cornett if he goes, Neek Clifford. You've got Eves Missy down there. Herb Jones, if he's back. Jordan Clarkson is a name we talked about too. So there's some for you. All right, what else do we got? Hablas Espanol, Senor Zakarian. I do not. What else we got? Luke Cornett or Herb Jones, if both in. Luke Cornett. I'd just be nervous that Herb Jones ends up having a minute restriction. And, I mean, most of his work is going to be done covering what's his name? De'Aaron Fox, right? So is Dylan Brooks the only thing we're waiting for tonight? Is that right? Is that the only thing we're waiting for at this point? Yeah, man, that Ant stuff. What a wild ride that the Ant stuff was tonight. All right, how many of these? I'm sorry, I'm just checking my exposures in real time here. Checking the exposures. All right, let's see. Not that maybe this is helpful. Maybe it's not. I don't know. We still got a lot of Castle, a lot of Rudy. Wow, we ended up with 30% Anthony Edwards. Woo! That's fun. 30% Anthony Edwards. Let's go. That's sick as hell. All right, that's fun. All right, let me go back over here. Ayton, Rudy, or Dante? I'd go Rudy here. I'd go Rudy. Better learn French if you know it's good for you. Oh, je m'appelle Michel. Je ne sais pas. Je ne parle pas français. Où est la toilette, Michel? How about that? Best under 41. Some 41. I'm 41. Fuck. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. Less than or equal to 45. Let's go. Trey Murphy, Apollo Banchero. Those are your two best plays. If you want to scroll down a little bit further, you can go next down to Keegan Murray. He's got 2 games. Trey Murphy has 2 games. So maybe that's the leverage play there, is by taking somebody that has 2 games. However, spicy Siakam, Pascal Siakam, cap of 41 with a projection of 41. That's also pretty spicy. Tyler Hero, a lot of people probably don't want to play him coming back from injury. However, a cap of 34, projects for 40, and he's playing for the Cup. You got Amon Thompson over there, Abe Bay, KD, Derek White, KPJ, Shaden Sharp. Those are some names for you. What else do we have? This weirdly feels just like, normally live before lock, we're just like, we're moving, we're shaking. We're doing some stuff on Splash Sports tonight. If you guys over on Splash Sports, we have we got a basketball tiers, we got a Survivor, we get some foosball, we get a little bit of everything. Come hang out there. Oh wait, also I know I plug this every time. It's probably a little bit annoying, but I started writing a daily thing here, a daily Substack that breaks down the fantasy slate from the basketball sense, and it's like geared towards it's kind of geared towards underdog, but I think you can take a lot from it. And I think it's good. I'll be honest. I think it's good. So I'm going to drop the link in there. Go subscribe to that if you haven't done it yet. I think it's good. And I think it's helpful. I think it is helpful. I feel like I haven't turned it financially from a fantasy perspective. I don't know if we've seen any huge windfalls. But we've had some really good calls before the day started, which is kind of fun. So go check it out. All right, Levine. Yeah, he's talking. He was making a joke because of Sorare being located in Paris. Levine and Hero, or Trey Murphy and Maxime Renault. I'd go Trey Murphy and Renault here. I think you want to know my hot take. Maxime outscores Levine. How about that? Maxime outscores Levine. That's pretty fun. That's a pretty fun take. So yeah, that's where I would land on that. Yeah, that's where I would land on that. We're gonna take a sip here. Let's take a sip. We got to do our last 8 drafts here in a little bit. What else do we have? Jordan Walsh or John Collins? Give me Walsh. Give me Walshy kid. If you were starting from scratch right now, shout out Spoonfed, by the way, who followed me on Twitter and asked this similar question. With a lower intro budget, what would you do? So, Spoonfed, we've talked about this before. There's 2 different ways to do this if you're trying to play in the limited contests, right? 2 different ways you could do it. You could do it on a budget, where you find maybe a cheap MVP and you play the champion contest. Or if you're like, hey, I don't want to buy an MVP, you can buy some of these mid-range guys and then try to build good contender lineups, right? That doesn't allow you really to play an MVP. You could try to do that. And then like win your way up. Maybe you win an MVP, maybe you win enough that you can go buy one. The other option that I would say is, then I actually think this is the way to go, me personally. I would spend a little bit of money on an MVP. I would do it. And like I know because what ends up happening, right? Those guys, when you're building a contender lineup, those caps change all the time. And when you have to have that cap like fit when you're doing contender only, that it needs to fit into your cap, right? So you might have a play like Zach LaVine, for example, is a really good play right now. But if he has a couple of good game weeks, now all of a sudden you can't really play him anymore. When you buy an MVP, you can play him every single freaking week. And like, listen, it doesn't have to be Jokic, Luka, Wemby, but even if you get up to this range of SGA, of Şengün, of Denny sometimes, but like James Harden, like just grabbing one of these guys that allows you to build like a champion lineup. Me personally, I think that's the way to go. But as always with this kind of stuff, we have to, just so I don't get sued. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do, something like that, right? None of it's financial advice. Dougie McBuckets. Yeah, let's look up the other one that you were asking. What was the real one you were? Oh, Nembhard. Andy Nembhard projects for 32. I like Andrew Nembhard tonight specifically. We playing Wemby or Shea? I'm thinking about, I think you can. Tricky. Why is Isaac projecting so high? I don't fucking know. No thanks, man. No thanks. I'm not interested. He doesn't do anything. Anymore. I'm okay. Should I only play Spider Mitchell when the Cavs are not favored? Yeah. I mean, Spider like legit has been good. I know I like to make fun of Spider, but he's been a monster. I can't figure out why that team is broken. Bruce Brown projects for 18 right now. Give me the over. That's what I mean. If you have a streak, I don't think it's wise to do it as a streak. Slammy Duncan says, I recommend an MVP last year. Oh, I recommend an MVP last year. I didn't have one, didn't win much. This year I bought Jokic and made the purchase back with hot streaks within the first few game weeks. Yeah, and like I just think what ends up happening, right, is if you make a purchase on an MVP, you can use that card every single game week. If you make a purchase on like the guy that's projecting well this week, you might not be able to play him the fall like 2 weeks later. It's a little bit tough. I would go Chet and Tyus. I don't think that's close. Chet and Tyus. Ant, Murray, or Denny. Did you ask that already? DJP, I swear to God. I'm gonna go find it. Somebody. Oh no, it was 3DK. You're off the hook. It's Ant or Denny for me. I think I would take Ant. Don't you worry, Power Duster. Don't you? I made fun of him today. Why would you ask it twice? DJP, brother, I've been doing this show for a while. Remember there's times where you're like, sorry, I didn't have my headphones in. Don't be honest. Chet or Jermaine Grant? Jeremy Grant? Do you just call Jeremy Grant Jermaine Grant? All I can think of is Flight of the Conchords. Jermaine. There we go, DJP. Hell yeah. I may look like an idiot, and I am an idiot. Autocorrect. Nice try. Then your computer's racist, bro. Jermaine Lamb. All Jeremys are Jermaines, and all Jermaines are Jeremys. All right. It's just Dylan Brooks, right? Are we waiting for Dylan Brooks? Man, I would love for Dylan Brooks to play basketball tonight. I would love for Dylan Brooks to play basketball tonight. What else you guys have for me? Oh, there we go. Bam, KD, or Amen. Your thoughts. Let's look at the projections. Here. Bam projects for 36. KD projects for more than that. KD projects for 39. You say Amen was the last one, 39.7. Oh man, I kind of think I'm going Bam. I think I'm going Bam here. Chet, I think I'm going Bam. It's not the same. You're right. We can do it. I'm going Bam. I'm going Bam. We can do PJ though. Let's do a fucking PJ drop. Let's go.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
It's getting really cold in this apartment. Can I and it just like I gotta go turn the heat back up here in a second, but can I tell you the hat that I've been or show you the hat I've been rocking here in New York last couple days? I think we're just doing this. We've been doing a lot of this, man. We've been doing a lot of this, and I feel like this is the closest it's been to being like a labradoodle. Like I can just feel the floppy ears. This is the energy I'm bringing. Any Bostons playing this week? Hey, are you ready, man? What are you gonna go through Wales and then Italy, right? Or did we talk about that last live before log? I would take Ant over Cat. I would take Ant over Cat. All right. Anytime Booker and Brooks are out, the NBA is better for it. Maybe we get a late Grayson Allen scrap. Oh, Consiglieri's down so bad, man. Listen, man, you just need your teams to stop cheating, dude. If your teams stop cheating, stop doing FBI related stuff, you know? Real Canadian news, your energy there, man. Guys, do we have any Shoresy fans in the chat? Do we have any Shoresy fans in the chat? Shoresy's coming back. It's coming back. If you live in Canada, Shoresy's back in December, I think. I think this month. And then it's coming to Hulu, I think in the spring. I fucking can't wait. I love that show. Will Şengün play? Yeah, the Gooner should be gooning. Gooner will be gooning. He's projected. I think he's going to play. I think that was kind of just, they were resting him. Cap of 47 with the projection of 42. That was an illness too. I feel like he's going to be good to go. You look like a Russian private. How about an Armenian? You guys want to know something sick? Like sick nasty? I live in Astoria in Queens. Brooks' game time decision, that's the update we got. Honestly, that's better than I thought it was going to be. Dylan Brooks being GTD is better than I thought it was going to be. Interesting. So I live in Queens. And I'm Armenian. And I live right near a comedy theater called the QED. And they had a show there last night called the Armenian Power Hour. Couldn't believe it wasn't my own show. Hold on, let's put this up there. Oh, yeah, fake news. You're down so bad, bro. You're down so bad. Luka and Westbrook or SGA and Keegan? Wow. I think it's Luka and Westbrook. I like Keegan more than Westbrook, but I like Luka a lot more than SGA. Man, Brooks with a game time decision. Remove one of Kawhi, Brunson, and Scotty. Add Keegan. Oh, dude, why do you ask questions like it's like you... Oh... What's wrong with you? Alan? Remove one of Kawhi, Brunson, and Scotty. Add Keegan, Worth, and who to remove? The fuck are you talking about, Alan? There we go. That's right. Did you crash the power out? I didn't go because it was on a Sunday night. Normally I would go, though. Wait, hold on. Who wins the mid-off between Precious or... Honestly, dude, I think Rick Carlisle's ready to kill Jarris Walker. I think he is. Give me Precious. Give me Precious over Jarris. I have so much Jarris Walker best ball bags. So much. Like, my bags are as heavy as they can get. I thought I ran pure. Can't do it. I looked at, a little bit. I think a little bit. I was more of a, I wasn't doing swoops. You want to know why? This is what I was doing.
Well, the top shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. The doctor said it's good to have some brain practice. Give me Randall over Suggs. They do have a money train. Shout out, man. Shout out the Shield. All right, here we go. We got to take this off. It's too hot now. All right, we're going to fire off our last 8 into Underdog, I think. We'll do that now. I don't think we're gonna adjust the ranks too much. I think we're just gonna bank on our guy. We're gonna bank on our guy Brooks playing. I guess we're gonna get a lot of Keegan here late. I think what is the Keegan situation for your boy? What's the Keegan situation for your boy? Let me pull that up quickly. God, the precious Jares thing threw me. That's so funny. It is a mid off, man. Both guys that I really want to be good. Oh, we ended up with 20% Keegan. Okay, that's not the worst. Taking Keegan over Queen here late. What else we got? We had a lot of Castle, a lot of Stephen Castle. Too much Castle, probably. A lot of Brooks. I think we're just going to play Brooks in. We're going to just fucking YOLO this. Play Brooks in. Let's get a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more Mark Williams in the 6. Okay, cool. Cool. What else you guys got for me? You need Harrison Barnes. We could do it. We already did Harrison Barnes. But I'll do it again. I'll do it again for you guys. We've been live for an hour. We can do it again. Hold on. Let me. The last update we got was Dylan Brooks, but we can do Harrison Barnes again. It is so funny that people like this. Who was the MFer for the week? Right, because you talking about Spencer. Is that what you're talking about? I would take Randall over Jabari. The MFer of the week. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Let's scroll down. Here we go. Come on, one more time. Hands.
Same hands that work the pain. Same hands I fold in prayer. 12 years and I'm still learning what it means to really care. They see me on the court at night, but that ain't all I am. From Baines to San Antonio, trying to serve a bigger plan. These hands that give, these hands that live, earning buckets more than wins. These hands that give, these hands that reach to every child that needs to live. That's real good.
Wow, just really good stuff. Really good stuff. Oh, man. You know what's funny? I can't sing just like at all. I can't. But the more I can start to mimic and imitate things, and so the more we listen to this, I will be able to do this voice by the end of it. Yeah, I can. I really can. I can't sing at all, but I can do. I can mimic. I can mimic. Yeah, you listen to it on Thanksgiving. I don't know. Pastors should start playing this at church. We don't like it. We love it. We probably are. We should see if we can get Harrison Barnes on here. Maybe he can do a sing-along. We should do, honestly, you know what would be really funny? Be really funny to recreate or like mimic the video. And can we do like the bouncing ball, like a bouncing ball over the words, like those sing-along songs? You know what I'm talking about? I was just home with my nephews. That's why I'm thinking about those songs. I should have played that song for him. Yeah, we got to sing it too, Harrison Barnes. You know who probably did? Dream Shaker probably did. He's probably like, this is actually the biggest moment of my life. This is the biggest moment of my life. Like, without this, I don't even know where I'd be right now. Get Oladipo to sing it. Shout out Depot one time. People were asking questions in the chat. I'm not going to. Yeah, there we go. We're back. Queen or Fears? I'm a little nervous about the Derek Queen minutes tonight. I'm playing him on Underdog, but I'm nervous with Eves Missy back, potentially Herb Jones. Like his minutes ticked down to 25 when Eves Missy returned. Like his big minutes were when Eves wasn't playing. Missy being back makes me nervous. Yeah, that's the thing we've been asking a lot, man. That's the thing we've been asking a lot. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, man. Yeah, we don't know, bro. We don't know. Let me go back over to projections here, just in case you guys have any last-minute questions. Go ahead, like the stream, subscribe, #Porter. We'll give away a limited tier card here in a second, in a little bit. We'll hang for like a few more minutes. I don't think we'll go our normal length here with just 3 games. It would be one thing if we had a lot of basketball games this game week. We could like dive in more to some of the teams that have multiple games, but so many teams just have like one game. It's a little bit tough. It's a little bit tough to do it. yeah, we'll wrap here in a second. Do you give out a porter? No, we're not giving out a porter. If we do, it's going to be fucking Jonte. And just a reminder too, I am going to be Thursday night, not Friday. Thursday we'll have some form of a live before lock. This Friday I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be in Las Vegas. I think during normal live before lock hours, I'm going to be hopefully grabbing a drink with my boy Pete Overzet, who's going to be out in Vegas, I think. So no live before lock on Friday. I will have some fun stuff throughout the weekend, so you should stay tuned. Tap in, as they say. Tap in. We should have some fun. Would you risk Cornette if we don't get the news? So the thing that I don't love about Cornette, yes and no. What I don't love about Cornette here is that we might. What am I like? The thing I'm a little bit nervous about is that Wemby plays the second game, right? So if he doesn't play tonight, and then he's got back in his backup role for the second game, you know. But again, back to this game week being so thin, there's not a lot of options. So I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Hoping we were going to get a Dylan Brooks update, but I think that's going to do it, though. I got to figure out the rest of my lineups here. No, the live before Vegas. Yes. It will be live before Vegas. But it'll be here. Like, I can potentially go live in Vegas, but I don't think I'm going to do it. There's not a lot, man. There's not a lot down there. The best, sub 10, it's Ethan Thompson. Johnny Furphy is your best bet. You've got Jericho Sims, but that's 11. There's Neek Clifford for the Kings, but Keegan being back kind of dings him a little bit. Nigel Hayes Davis, whatever. Gabe Vincent, you can get to Gabe Vincent if you want. Maybe Oshae Abaje. But again, they're not great. Brown or Jamal for MVP? I'd go Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's just been scoring like 30 plus a game, man. 30 plus a game. So I'm going for it. Jamal's been awesome too, but I'd lean Jaylen Brown. All right, here we go. Let's spin this thing. If you win it, shoot me a DM. Shout out to Slam Duncan and Jordanito, who took down the last two giveaways we did on Friday. Winner of this one gets a limited in-season card, and it's going to be Diogo Pereira with the W. Shoot me a DM, man. At Mike Zakarian. Look at that avatar. Look at it. He's just a fucking professional over there. But he's a professional, but he's not too professional. He made sure to unbutton the top button because he's cool. You see what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I take my job seriously, but I'm also a nice guy. I'm a fun guy. Shout out Diogo. That's a big dub. Big dub for our guy right there. And yeah, at least it's not rigged. Somebody else won. That's huge. Good luck this week. I hope everybody crushes. We'll be tuned into the NBA bit. Subscribe to Substack. We will be back for a live before lock on Thursday. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Good luck. We out.